This is Kane.
Hey, Kane, I wanted to follow up with you on a conversation we had a little while back about the fact that it's illegal to use legal names. Do you have some time to look into that from our last conversation?
Remind me about that again?
Yeah, I called you and I was talking about the fraud that was going on.
Okay, yeah, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And I have some new information on that.
Okay.
I apologize for my speech. I've got a cold here. It's just giving me heck.
That's fine.
It's just messed me up.
I understand.
But apparently it's going around. Okay. So what I found is Sheila Pierce is the first one I spoke to. She's in management at Bottle Records, Georgia.
Yeah, where?
Bottle Records, Georgia. Her name is Sheila Pierce. And she's agreed that it is illegal to use legal names in birth certificates. And the reason is because there's a copyright on them. And I'm looking at a birth certificate right now from Georgia. And on the back of it, it says void if copied. And it also says any reproduction of this document is prohibited by statute. That's a copyright claim. And so what I did is I called the attorneys in Bottle Records. And I asked them to provide me express written permission to request and to use the birth certificate, at which point they refused to do so. They declined to give me written permission to request and use the birth certificate. And what that means is I cannot use a legal document called a birth certificate for any reason whatsoever, including to get a driver's license or passport. And so this is what I found out. And these are just the facts I'm conveying to you. And what this means is anytime someone uses the information on the birth certificate, such as the child's name, that's fraud because it's copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is a crime. And if I were to use a birth certificate that's copyright protected, as they all are, then I would be involved in something called third-party interloping, which is a crime. And the reason it's third-party interloping and it's fraud is because I had nothing to do with the birth certificate's creation because I was but maybe a week old at the time it was made. And so it has nothing to do with me. And on top of all that, the attorney and Sheila Pierce, who's not an attorney, but she's in management at Bottle Records, she has indicated under no uncertain conditions will it be provided to me permission to use the birth certificate.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm not being smart about this. I'm just curious.
Yes.
What does this have to do with the Taylor County Sheriff's?
It has a lot to do with it. Because in order for you to gain jurisdiction over a living being, or I'm not talking about you specifically, I'm talking about the employees of the sheriff's office, in order to gain jurisdiction over the man, you have to gain jurisdiction over the person. The person is actually the legal fiction at the birth certificate. So someone has to use a legal name on a legal birth certificate that they got no business or right to use. And when they do that, that's fraud. Now, if a sheriff or sheriff's deputy were to ask for that legal name, they would be aiding and abetting in a crime.
So, I mean, why are you talking to me about this? So that's the question.
Because you're an investigator.
Right, but that's a decision from the U.S. Supreme Court to make, not me.
Well, are you involved in law enforcement?
I am. Along how many other thousands of people?
Yeah. So one of your functions is to uphold the law, and the law says thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet, and thou shalt not bear false witness. All those things are occurring when you use a legal name.
That's not a law, though. That's a commandment.
Yes, and it's also a law. It's a law in the state of Georgia. You can't kill, you can't steal, you can't lie, okay? You can't covet. All these things are breaking the law at the statute level, and also, again, when you talk about the commandment, that deals with men, right?
Yeah, but what are you saying in all of this? I mean,
okay,
for 2 days about that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's illegal to use legal names. It's also illegal for anyone to demand another to provide a legal name when they're not an attorney. So if someone such as a sheriff's deputy at Taylor County, Georgia, were
Well,
to...
let me ask you this. What about a sheriff's deputy in Kalamazoo, Missouri?
It doesn't matter. It's all the same corporation.
Are you calling everybody and asking them the same thing, or just me?
Just you right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just you right now. So what I'm telling you is I'm telling you about a fraud. You know the fraud, and it's also fraud to conceal the fraud once you learn about it.
Right.
And you now know about it.
Yeah. So I've been served? Is that what you're saying, basically?
You haven't been served anything. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay.
I'm telling you about a fraud.
I got another call coming in. We could argue about this for 2 weeks. Like I said.
Do you want to argue, or just, hey, all I'm doing is telling you the facts, no argument?
Well, I appreciate your information. I'll take it into consideration.
So when you ask someone for their legal name, legal date of birth, and legal address, you are committing fraud going forward here.
Thank you for calling.
You know that. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about that? Hello?